When did you make them regret their own policy? When my apartment complex stole $150 from me every month, I cost them $2 million. I just started my warehouse job when the notice showed up. $150 convenience fee for paying rent online. My stomach dropped reading it. The office was only open 10 to noon weekdays. I worked 12-hour shifts starting at 6 a.m. First month, I called in sick just to pay rent. My supervisor pulled me aside the next day. April. I begged a coworker to cover me. May I chose between the fee or lost wages. I posted about it in our building's group chat. My phone exploded. Maria, the night nurse, had been paying for 6 months. James couldn't leave his classroom. Then Amy from 4B dropped a bomb. She'd overheard our manager Sarah bragging about the fees at a company party. 3 properties, 1,200 units, $2 million yearly from this scam. July 1st, I walked into that office pulling a dolly stacked with boxes. Sarah's fake smile vanished when she saw me. Behind me, 30 neighbors pulled their own dollies. Her voice came out high and thin. What is this? Rent in pennies. $10,000 in coins. 500 pounds of legal tender they had to accept or violate our lease by refusing payment. Sarah's hands shook as she called her regional manager Tony. I could hear him screaming through her phone. He showed up in 20 minutes, face already purple. "This is harassment," he said, getting in my face. I could smell coffee on his breath. I stayed calm and pulled out the printed federal law about legal tender. His jaw actually twitched reading it. They had to accept it or face breach of contract. Sarah started counting my rent while crying. Actually crying. It took her 6 hours just for mine. We had 30 more people waiting. By day 3, their entire staff was counting pennies, maintenance requests piling up. Nobody could tour apartments. They had to rent a coin counting machine for $3,000 a month. Week 2, 50 more neighbors joined us. The office looked like a bomb went off. Coins everywhere. Sarah hadn't stopped crying in days. I called the state housing authority about discriminatory payment practices, told them about elderly residents who couldn't use online payments and workers who couldn't access the office. The investigator sounded very interested. Tony called me that night. His voice was different, quiet, defeated. "What's it going to take to make this stop?" "Eliminate the fee for everyone," I said. "All 3 properties, and refund 6 months. I can't do that, but I can waive it for anyone who stops bringing coins. Then I'll see you Monday with more pennies. Oh, and Channel 7 wants to film it." Monday morning, my phone rang from a blocked number. David, their CFO, introduced himself like we were old friends. "You're costing us $2,000 a day in overtime," he said. I could hear him trying to keep his voice level. "You cost working people $150 a month for the crime of having jobs," I replied. "This is extortion. This is legal tender. You created a policy. I'm following it." He tried everything. Threatened eviction. I reminded him about the housing investigation and the 40 discrimination complaints we'd filed. Mentioned the news crew again. He actually went quiet for so long I thought he'd hung up. "If we eliminate the fee," he finally said, "this stops immediately. Refund 6 months to everyone affected. Eliminate it permanently, and we stop. That's nearly $2 million. Sounds like you should have thought about that before targeting people who work for a living." The silence stretched out. I could hear him breathing, papers shuffling, someone talking in the background. My heart was pounding, but I kept my voice steady. This was it. Everything we'd fought for came down to this moment. "I need to make some calls," he said. "You have 1 hour before the news crew arrives." 2 hours later, he called back. His voice was completely flat, like someone had died. "Fine, you win. Check your email." The email came through while we were still on the phone. "Fee eliminated effective immediately. Full refunds for 6 months of fees to all affected tenants." I had to read it 3 times before it felt real. My $900 refund hit Monday. I cried in my car. Finally fixed my brakes. The investigation found them guilty. $50,000 in fines per property. They sold all 3 buildings to a nonprofit. The penny protest went crazy. 6 complexes got hit within a month. Sarah transferred to Des Moines. Tony quit. David resigned after the 4th property tried it.